Good morning, guys. How are we doing today? It's the 12th of January 2022. Almost. But I didn't. Now today, over this week, I am going to be preparing myself for going plant-based. And to do that, I feel that I need to overdose on certain things that are my downfalls. Okay. The things that are going to trip me up the most, but also I really shouldn't, because they're the things that make me the sickest. Now, I know it sounds bizarre and it sounds like a very maybe unhealthy way of doing things, and possibly in a way it is, but I know that it's a way that works for me. So today I am saying goodbye to bacon and pork in general. Chicken doesn't bother me. It's not something that I really look towards. It also doesn't mean that I won't be cooking these things for Tanny, because he's not a veggie. He will probably never in his lifetime be a veggie. If I can get him to eat a veggie meal once a month, I call it a win. Okay. If I can get him to have vegetables in anything, I call it a win. You know, he is the epitome of carnivore. However, bacon and crispy fried pork and Chinese barbecue, Korean barbecue, that kind of thing is my downfall. It always has been, it always will be. I do my own charcuterie most of the time, which I will do at some point over the next couple of years for Tanny, when we get into a space where I can not only keep it well, but have the room to work with it. I will be doing that for Tanny and showing you guys how to do it as well, because I think it's important skills, because what happens if the electric goes out and your freezer dies? What are you going to do then? What are you going to do? If you don't have the skills in charcuterie, you're not going to be able to keep your meat. You're not. Simple. It's yes, you can can certain amounts of it, but if you want to have slabs of meat for certain things that is uncooked, you need to learn how to cure it. And I can teach you that. I'm just going to have to wait until we can afford a piggy. And a piggy... and until I just have to get over the whole I can't eat bacon thing as well, because otherwise I will cry. Also, we need to be in a house where I have the space, have our own garden so I can do the work. All of that. I know where I'm going to get the pig from. I know all of that. I know where it's coming from. It's an organic pig farm. It's fantastic. We love it. And I've already spoken to the people there about getting a whole piggy. All of it. Tail, snout, trotters, the lot. So that I can show you guys how to make things. So that will be upcoming at some point, just not now. I'm not ready to do that. But today, like I said, I am overdosing in pork so that I won't want to eat it again for at least a year. And by the time a year's up, if I've kept myself on track, which I will have, because I'm going through these efforts this week, which is sad but true, but it is what I'm doing. I won't want it anyway. I won't. I know myself that if I get over the 6-month mark with doing something like this, I just won't want it. I won't want it. So this morning, I decided that today I'm going out in spectacular fashion. I need to make myself feel so ill and have to recover for the next 24 to 48 hours from what I put inside of myself, food wise, that yeah, I won't want to eat it for the next year, because it would just, even the smell of it, the look of it will just turn my stomach. Like I said, it doesn't mean I'm not going to be cooking it for Tanny, doesn't mean that I won't be preparing meals for him, doesn't mean that I won't be preparing meals for here, online, on video, to do with pork. But, oh God, I feel ill already. Breakfast this morning is a Greggs, or was a Greggs, bacon baguette. And a mocha coffee, which is burnt to feck, which is probably not helping my stomach actually this morning. Thankfully, I already ordered my lunch and it's already here, and it's a bacon and mushroom sandwich from my favorite deli. They've sent up a coffee with almond milk, which is fantastic. I've got a latte with almond milk, so hopefully that will settle my stomach down a bit. And then this evening, I will be ordering a triple roast from the local Cantonese place, which has 2 types of pork and duck. It has crispy roast duck, and it has the char-siu pork. Crispy roast, no, it's roast duck, crispy pork, and char-siu pork. Yeah, the red roast pork, basically, red barbecue pork. Again, these are things that hurt me a lot to eat them, but I need to get out of my system big time, and then I won't want them anymore. So I'm doing that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, but in between all of that, I have to go all the way over to the other side of town, because I have to pick up a security system that Tanny has ordered. He's ordered a 2-camera system, which is fine. He can do that. He wants to protect what we have at the back, and he wants to make sure that no one gets into the polytunnel. Because it has been a little bit, there's been some signage of people tampering, yeah, which is not great. It's really not great. Not impressed, can't say I'm impressed at all. So we'll just have to wait and see, really. Including the straps being, I don't believe it's just wear and tear that they've come down, because it's been less than a year. They snapped off fairly cleanly right across, and so it makes it quite difficult to get into the polytunnel now. And we're going to have to find a way to tie it up the door. Yeah, so all good. But that happened a few months ago as well. So like I said, I'm not convinced that it wasn't tampered with. Yeah, so today, bye-bye to bacon, bye-bye to porkies. The reason I'm doing this is because pigs are one of the creatures, next to chicken, that is so heavily medicated or fed medications into their system in intensive bred animals that I even break out in a rash when I'm preparing pork, right up my arms, over my hands. My hands get itchy. I end up with a red rash. Same with chicken. Chicken, I end up with a rash up to my elbows. It's bloody awful. Beef, not so much, because we don't really get a lot of beef because it's just so expensive. It's just out of reach at the moment, which is fine. And that's not a problem. It's just we just don't have a lot of it. But it's not as big a deal. Dairy cows, yes. And that's why I have issues with dairy. It's because the medication goes through into the milk. Okay, so there you go. That's what I'm doing today. If I'm not here tomorrow, I will be back. I just don't want you to really see me in that state. I could be quite snippy. Grumpy and snippy. I don't want to be grumpy and snippy. Like I said, it's already starting to affect my stomach. I can feel it. It's already like, you know, it's been like 10 minutes since I ate it. I just put down the paper and put it in the bin just before I started filming. So, you know, it's not been that long. Yeah, and I'm already starting to feel effects of it. So that tells me all I need to know, that what I'm planning today is great. I've told Tanny, he's gone, but I only got a steak slice from Morrison's. How come you get all the bacon? I went, well, you'll have all the bacon from now on because I won't be eating it. And he went, oh yeah. Oh, okay, carry on. Okay, so there we go, guys. That's what I'm up to today. That's why I'm doing it. Sometimes, and I know it sounds a bit masochistic, but it really, really isn't. It really isn't. And it's not me doing something like, you know, something really, really, really bad that people do to themselves on an ongoing basis. This is a one-off thing. It won't kill me. It'll just make me remember that this is why I don't want to do it. You know, why it's such a bad idea. And, you know, don't. Just don't. Just don't. I mean, I still have memories of ice cream issues when I was about 8. It was not pleasant. Oh God, that coffee is awful. It is really bad. It's rank. Okay, so yeah. So if I still have memories of that and still have problems eating ice cream, even when I know it's dairy free, you can imagine what it's going to be like after today. So, anywho, I'm going to go before anything underwater goes. I love you guys heaps. Look after yourselves. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Blessings.